Conservationists in South Africa are constantly working overtime to rescue pangolins from the hands of poachers. Pangolins are the world's most trafficked mammals. As thousands of delegates gather in Geneva for the two-week meeting of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, or CITES, we'll look at the issue of pangolin poaching in South Africa. CGTN's Yolisa and Njamela reports.
South Africa and the rest of the African continent continue to grapple with the blight of pangolin poaching. Despite the fact that the Global Wildlife Trade Regulator, CITES, banned the international trade of pangolin scales and meat, the illegal trade still flourishes. Pangolin numbers are dwindling at alarming rates in South Africa and across the globe. The future appears bleak for these small, relatively unknown creatures. Here in South Africa, conservationists are working towards ensuring that endangered animals are protected and that the few that have been rescued from traffickers are cared for. By August this year, 68.5 tons of pangolin scales were intercepted that left the shores of Africa. This equates to well over 100,000 African pangolins in less than 9 months.
The amount of pangolins that are intercepted in the illegal trade here in South Africa has also climbed every single year. Last year there were 41 pangolins seized from the illegal trade in South Africa, live pangolins. It's increasing every year. It's as concerning as the rest of Africa, which is a whole-scale industrial type of operation, poaching operation. And our pangolins are leaving our continent by the tonload, and we are very, very concerned about it.
Pangolins are elusive creatures, with 3 of the 4 African species only coming out at night. The number of these animals in the wild is not definitely known, as their secretive nature makes them hard to track. Professor Ray JANSEN is one of a number of conservationists who are at the forefront of fighting against pangolin poaching.
We normally get involved with the South African Police Service, the Department of Environmental Affairs, in particular the Environmental Management Inspectorates, and we arrest these people. If we get the pangolins out of the trade and they've only been in the trade for a week or 10 days, they generally do survive and we rehabilitate them and release them. Ones that have been in the trade for up to 2 weeks are in huge trouble.
A lot of those who remain in the trade for long don't survive. Both JANSEN and WRIGHT believe education is key as one aspect of dealing with this scourge.
Education and awareness, if we can turn people around to protecting the animal, and a lot of communities throughout Africa actually revere the pangolin. It's one of their totem species that they hold in high reverence as a cultural emblem and a cultural and spiritual animal. So we need to remind people about that.
For them to take note of the problem, they've got to realize it's a problem for the country. The people are going to lose a great asset, and that is a huge buy-in, which is very difficult sometimes to get awareness out there.
The Conference of the Parties to the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species will explore a range of measures to strengthen conservation for pangolins. Yolisa and Njamela for CGTN in Johannesburg, South Africa.